Howdy y'all, this is Manuel Manolo Coeluna. Welcome back to another episode of MoonTalks. For this episode, I'm here with Joey Hernandez, one of the integrants of Waxwing. Hello Joey, how are you?
Good buddy, what about you, man? And then I actually go by Joey Flores now.
Oh, Joey Flores.
Yeah.
Alright, good to know, man, good to know.
Changing my last name.
Okay, that's good. So Joey Flores, Wxwing.
Yes.
Waxwing. Okay, so let's start with it. Who had the idea of making this band?
Carlos did.
Carlos had
back
the
in I guess October to 2019, he had the idea of putting a group together and everything. But originally me, Rafa, and Emmy were not a part of it originally. And then later on down the line, we all got more into talking about it, started making beats and everything, and then
some moves,
and then we just got together. It was cool.
That's nice, man. So Carlos had the idea.
Yes.
But how it started, more specifically, not just we started this and that, how it started.
The whole story.
Yeah, the story. Yes.
Pretty much, I learned FL Studio and everything, and me and Carlos always talked about doing music since junior year. But we were always kind of scared to do it, you know what I mean? Because people are kind of judgmental and everything
all the time.
So what happened was we started making music just through FL Studio I think after we graduated, and then just making small little beats and everything. And then that's when he already had the idea of Waxwing in the back of his head. Until in January, we all got together in my room finally and just started recording the first prod, Ready for War, that we took off later on platforms. But it was just meant to be fun at first, you know what I mean? And it still is. It's still super fun.
Yeah, I mean, it gotta be. If it's not fun, why?
Yeah,
that's the point,
why
right?
would I do it? But it started, and then we recorded verses and everything, and then the idea was to bring Rafa in, and because we're thinking, we're starting this I guess rap group, this band, and we're you know how talented Rafa is, and
he's really talented. Yeah. He has the words in that in those raps, man. He is.
So I told Carlos, I was it'd be dumb if we started this and we didn't bring him in. You know what I mean? So he came to my house, just recorded a couple verses and everything, and we were wow, this is it. You know what I mean?
Let's do it. Yeah, because I remember that Rafa wanted to make it by himself at the beginning, but then this happened, this sort of thing happened. At the end, he never posted anything, but I'm glad that he's doing his moves with y'all at least.
Thank you.
That's great.
All right. Living in San Antonio now, it's so much easier,
San Antonio life, man. Here in Laredo, it's too slow. The life is slow, kind of. Yeah. All right, so why Waxwing? What does that mean?
Waxwing, the name?
Yeah.
It's actually named after Carlos's street. Because he lives on Waxwing.
Okay, that's nice.
What he says, it was also inspiration taken from Brockhampton and everything, because that's where Kevin Abstract grew up and everything. But what Carlos said was the main reason also why calling it Waxwing was that was the first place that he truly, I guess, called home.
Yes.
So it just felt right to name it that. You know what I mean?
That's great, man. That's great. That's a really good meaning. I listened to this dude who's called Arad Erce. He makes some music in Spanish, and he already announced his first album, and it's gonna be called Balboa. And he's gonna name it like that because that's the name of the street where he grew up. So it's kind of the same thing, and I like that. All right, so next question. If by any chance we sound a little hurry and in a rush, it's because I had a last moment thing, and at least we have time to do this, but we don't really have time. I didn't want to let this opportunity go by because Papa right here, Joey Flores now, lives in San Antonio, and we're recording this in Laredo. But all right, since it's a band, how many are y'all?
There are
7?
8 of us now.
8 of them. Okay, so you're 8 guys in the band. That's a lot of people actually, because normally some bands are used 3, 4, 5, but you're 8, right? Tell me about the disagreements. about the
Oh
fights.
wow! No, like we get in our drama sometimes. Honestly, it's
Of
crazy.
course.
Yeah, like me and Carlos especially, like we get in arguments here and there, and then let's say like Elo, Emmy, he gets in disagreements with me, but it's fun. It's weird to say that arguments happen, I guess, rarely, but like whenever they do happen, it's always on something important. You know what I mean? They're never like petty or anything, because we're very open with each other, and the fact that we're open with each other, it kind of minimizes that, and it becomes a very like, I guess, judgment free environment. You know what I mean? Where every idea is just on the table, it's presented.
Yes.
But like we have had run-ins in the past, with ex members. Where we're just like, what's happening? You know what I mean?
So like, what you're doing, like everybody's killing their asses. And
we're all working hard, and it's just like you're here and this, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
But granted, it always ends up working out in the end. So like we don't normally stress too much.
That's nice. That's nice, man. Yeah, because I have been wondering about that, because I mean, there's too much people.
Yeah.
There's too much people in one band, and I'm glad you are doing great with it. I really like this last album you threw. It was like a kind of like a radio thing. I really like that.
Yeah.
It was great. If you do something like that and you need some boys, I'm down for it, bro.
Of course,
down. All right. Best part of being in this band.
The best part
of it.
I think the best part is when everything's done already. The music, everything's recorded, it's all done. We release it, and the next day we have people like messaging us, what I mean, saying that like it's amazing.
Yes.
Looking at our numbers and just seeing the growth, what I mean, compared us to like how we were in January or February. And it's an amazing feeling, because that's probably the best part, just the people, what I mean, because it's kind of like, it's like an addiction, you know what I mean? It's like you just want to keep feeling this.
Yeah, like when people tells you some good arguments about your music, about whatever you do, well, like naturally your body release some oxytocin. I don't really remember the name of that chemical that makes you happy. Yeah, so it's great. And what about, I have another question. So you are 8 people.
Yes.
Living in San Antonio.
Yes.
Are you living in the same apartment like everybody, or you have different apartments?
People think we all live together, honestly. People think that all 8 of us live together.
like everybody's spooning.
Yeah, like we all cuddle at night, sleep in the same bed, put on our waxing pajamas. No, right now living, I guess, in the main area, it's me, Carlos, Elo, and Joe. And then down the street, Rafa lives there in another apartment complex. And then Andy, he lives like around like 20 minutes out. And Johan just recently moved to Houston.
All right.
So we still connect a lot. You know what I mean?
Yes. That's great. So Rafa lives by himself, like one block away.
He lives with his girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, el perreo, ¿qué onda? No, that's great, man. You're making those little big steps. That's awesome. I really thought y'all live in the same apartment. I was like,
yeah,
how big it gotta be for them all to live there? What's the process for a new song?
The process for a song is first, like, we start making the beats and everything, because we just take the most on the beat, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I think that's the most like important piece. Yeah. So lately it's really been Carlos producing a lot. I took like a hiatus from producing, but now I'm like back on it again. But yeah, he produces the beat and everything. We listen to it, sends in the group chat, we all talk about it. And then, that's when after that, when everyone's like, gives it the okay, we all start writing down and everything. We record when we can, Rafa comes over when he's available. We all like record our verses together, and then after that, we start. Carl starts mastering the song and everything, and then I start working on the covers. And usually Emmy helps me with the covers. Like me and him work, like we collaborate on the cover, and he gives me the concepts, and I'm like, all right, I'll put that on here and everything. So the cover's done, master's done. We send it to the distributor. Song released.
Great. For the lyrics, who's the most, like, who's the one who put more effort into the lyrics than because You just said that you and who else work more in the beats?
Me and Carlos.
You and Carlos work more in the beat, but there's two people, and there's other.
Yeah, there's three other
six.
people.
Yeah, two or three people who works in the beat, and then there's other five or four people in the band, like who puts more effort into the lyrics.
I think like the most like that's the best with his lyrics.
Yeah.
I think either Raph or Emmy. Raph or
Nice.
Elo for sure. Like
Yes.
every single verse they lay down, like Emmy Elo, like he has the catchiest hooks, like on Sideways and Bounce, and it's always like, you know, I have him in my head. And then Raph also, like, he delivers like these quick lines with like this stuff in the back, like these references. So I think they're probably the both most talented lyricists.
That's nice. That's nice. It's a great team. It's a whole team. That's awesome. And the fact that you're all working, like nobody's fighting against anybody. Like, oh, I'm here, but I also want to do it. But I'm not as good as you, but I want to be better and stuff like that. And you don't crash like that. That's great.
We kind of have like little competition. Like we compete with each other.
Yeah,
so,
I mean competition is great, but as long as it's healthy.
Yes.
Yes.
Because like let's say for a song there's a verse, like let's say I hear Carlos's verse, you know what I mean, and I'm like, screw that, like I'll rewrite my whole verse. Yes. Or like he'll do that too, just so like we're constantly
like I cannot do what I have when that's way better. Like at least I gotta get to the level.
You know.
So let's keep moving on. What's your favorite song and why?
From Wxwing?
Yes.
Really putting me on the spot there, Papa. Let me think. I think it's Sideways. Sideways. That's my favorite song.
And why?
I think it was the first song where we had like the catchiest hook and everything, and it has input like everything. It has it has rapping. It has this long singing part by Joe. Yes. It has the weird, I guess, the shape-shifted voices, and it's just it has a little bit of everything. But if it wasn't for that technical side apart, I guess just the song that I like listening to the most is Campfire. Okay. Campfire is oh my god, I love that song.
That's great.
Like, could we have Celeste on it too?
Oh, is that one that
she is so talented.
Sings so good.
Amazing.
Like, I want to ask her to be in this podcast also. She's like so talented. She has really she has something in the music.
That's another thing. Like, we love working with people. Justin and Celeste helped us out on the last project, and oh my god, I have nothing but love for them both. They are good friends.
Yes. Justin is he's lovely. He's a good dude.
Yes.
Shout out to Justin and Celeste. Right, let's keep moving. Future shows or releases. I know that because of Rona, shows are not really able to be done. But what about releases?
Releases, the first album is coming because Damage Control was a mixtape.
Yes.
So we just wanted that to just get that.
Just for people to know the difference about mixtape and album. Album is when you totally work on it, beats, lyrics, and everything. And mixtape is when you get beats from somebody else that is not in the band, right? Or what?
Kind of like we worked on all the beats on Damage Control except for Bounce. Bounce was a Honey Pie sample. Cause
like the one that I told you, right?
Like we all love that song, so we're like, screw it, like we'll just sample it. Cause it's like what Frank Ocean did with American Wedding and Hotel California. But yeah, that's why it's just considered a mixtape, just a little project. But the album's coming.
All right, album's coming
by the. I'm not sure if I should put a release.
Let's not say that. Let's not
by
say
the end of the year. By the end of the year.
But it's soon.
It's soon. And little Joey Flores EP is coming soon too.
Oh shit! Joey Flores by himself. That's nice. That's nice.
The help of all
you hear it here first, y'all, at MoonTalks. Any tip that you wanna give for beginners?
I think just put your heart into it. You know what I mean? Just do it. Don't wait, because I waited. I wish I had started like sophomore year or junior year, but I didn't because I was too scared of what people were gonna say about me. I was too afraid of being made fun of. And I just think if you want to do it. Making music is the best thing ever, especially if it's just for fun. Like, grab a couple.
Put your feelings on it, and then you get fun with it, and just don't care about what people say. Yeah, that's stupid. At the end of the day, they are not gonna be next to you when you do whatever you do.
And it's like, no matter what you want to do, like, solo stuff, band stuff, or whatever, you always just gotta put your soul into it. And I'm completely honest with myself. I want to be as real as I can with everyone that I talk to. So that's it. Like, if you just want to do it, just do it. Because I still have insecurities to this day.
Yeah, just like everybody.
I still live, with the constant everyday, day-to-day fears. And it's kind of like music has helped me overcome that a little bit. I'm not the perfect person, and everything that I say in my songs, that's me. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Yeah, and because I hear a lot of people, they say these lyrics and everything, and it's not truly them. But I always want to be like 100% like my authentic self, which is why it's just like anyone can ask me anything.
Yeah, that's what makes music better, way better. Because you can throw a song and maybe it hits the top 50 to say so, but you don't really feel good with that song because it's not about you. And then when you put like 100% of you in a song, maybe it is not as good as the one that got to the top 50, but it's you, and people still some people like it. It's like, damn, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. That's what makes music way better, when it's a part of you, and when people get related to it, way better.
Right, and it's like I talk about that. It's on the new album already. You know what I mean? We already have a couple songs, and like it's on the new album, my words, and it like also on my own stuff that I'm working on. That'll probably come out like next year, you know what I mean? But it's like, even when we're working on like, let's say like a solo thing, it's still Waxwing, you know what I mean? Because we all even help each other on our solo stuff. Yeah,
yes, of course. And since you live with other three integrants, because you kind of be like, yo, like listen to this, and like, that's great, but it could be a way better like this, or a little better than this. Got you.
It's a really tight knit like brotherhood. It's a family. At the end of the day.
Sir. Yes, and that's awesome. All right, since we didn't have enough time, this is a short podcast. Something that you want to close with?
I just think just be yourself. Love everyone. That's what we always say. We always say that on Waxwing. Just love everyone. Just be yourself. Go listen to the album when it's out. No, I'm playing. Thank you for anyone that took the time to watch this, honestly, just to hear me talk, because this is my first interview ever. And that means a lot. Thank you, Mano.
Don't worry, Papa. Thank you for accepting it. And like, even when we don't have enough time, like, well, it's more me than you, right? But at least we had this little time to do it. And I'm glad you're happy to start doing this kind of stuff. I mean, this is the first interview here in my apartment, like in front of I mean, the cameras are not cheap, but from the good cameras, they are the cheap ones, like the cheap lights and stuff like that. I'm just trying my best with what I have. But someday you can be in a, let's say, I don't know, in these big ass interviews, like the famous ones, and then my show can be famous, like eventually, and say like, yo, Joey Flores was in that one. Like, they started there.
It's always good to start with what you have. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say really quick, if I can, real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like, if that's the thing, like, no matter what equipment you have or anything, just do it. You know what I mean?
Yes, because
if you have an iPhone, and you don't have a microphone, just record into your iPhone.
Yes, man, because some people, they carry too much about their equipment that they get the most sophisticated camera, the most sophisticated mic, but they don't know how to use it, man. They waste more time trying to figure out how to use it than doing some good stuff. Like, you can get the not I don't want to say the cheap stuff, but like whatever you have, work with it and get started. Like,
and that was my fault. Like, I put off all this time because I was like, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait till I get my good stuff. And then I got my good stuff, and I'm like, how the hell do I work this? I should have just started with that. You know what I mean?
Yes, there's this phrase that I say also at Paul's interview. It says the disadvantage of the advantage one. Like, the advantage one is the one who has the good mics, the good cameras, but the disadvantage is that they don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
So I like when people start with what they have. Actually, this camera is not mine, it's my friend's. Cueto, shout out Cueto, thank you so much for lending me this camera for like, this is like the second week that I have the camera right here. But yes, man, like, just start with it. Start with whatever you want to. Don't wait for something bigger to say so.
Yeah.
Don't wait. If you want to do it, if you have something, start with that something. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right, Joey, something else you want to say before we close?
Just keep being you, man. You know, I'm talking to you too, man. You know, keep being you, man. Like, you know, always be yourself.
Yes, man.
Just some cheesy little inspirational.
Yeah, like
shit,
Joey
man.
and I, we knew each other
Yeah.
since high school, and I mean, we have grown as persons, but we still we're still the same.
Yeah.
We aren't fake. I like that because we're still the same, but not the same stupid kid from high school.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the same stupid kid, but as like more mature.
Right.
And it's good to grow, man. It's good just keep being yourself as you grow.
Yeah, because I meet a lot of people, you know, when I was here in Laredo, even in San Antonio. It's this weird, I guess, enthusiasm, this fake enthusiasm where it's like a mask, you know, and there's someone behind that mask, and it's like I want to know the real you, you know, and you know, thank God, you know, we're not like that, you know. I walk into his apartment,
I have seen Joy being depressed as hell, and I have seen Joy being happy as fuck. So I mean, just show your true self. Your true self. I like that. I like that you mentioned that.
I surround myself with people that are real to me. You know what I mean? If clearly, like, you know, especially Waxwing, like the people we work, it's just they're real. Like Justin and Celeste, you know, they are real people.
Yeah, you can tell that they are real. That they aren't fake.
And it's just that's the thing. It's like, you know, if anyone who's behind a mask or anything, if it's, you know, due to insecurity, it's okay. I have insecurities too. Just be yourself. Embrace that. You know.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
Be yourself, embrace that. Joey Flores 2020. Yes, sir. Right, man, I really want to thank you for coming.
Of course.
For giving some words. This podcast is going to be posted soon. I think that's it, guys. Thank you for listening and or watching. If you're watching this in YouTube, if it's on Spotify, thank you so much. Share it with the people you think they're starting something in music, or with your friends. Like if you like it, Joe, listen to this. Have a nice one, Joe. Nothing but love. Goodbye.
Nothing but love.
And ciao.
Laters.